for gardening's renewed popularity is that it's a wonderful way to relax. In the garden, the city dweller can get into his own togs at the end of the week and really feel all that tension and aggression ebbing away.
The woman over the fence is a raving loon.
It's the one thing that city dwellers and country folk are agreed on. The day-to-day irritations of the 20th century fade into insignificance.
Oh, look, another easy-to-open can that refuses to open.
You'll discover that once you get to grips with the soil, you'll find your frantic search for whatever seems important to you isn't important after all.
Well, where's the tin opener?
Moving on to the
Isn't it in the tray?
Well, if it was in the tray, I wouldn't ask you for it, would I?
I have one here on the subject of bottling fruit.
Oh, go stew your own rhubarb.
Getting to grips with the soil hasn't put you in a good temper.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you listening to it?
No. I just had it on for the prawns benefit.
What are we having prawns for?
Lunch tomorrow for Malcolm and Beatty. I'm making puree de crevette for a starter.
Oh, puree de crevette, eh? Oh, good. But what are the prawns for, then?
I've just told you. What do you think crevette means?
Well, it's something you wear round your neck, isn't it?
In France, crevette is a prawn.
Ah, I knew they wore onions round their neck, but prawns...
What?
Tin opener.
What have you done? What's happened to your other welly?
Well, the loony woman across the fence has got it.
What's she doing with it?
I threw it at her cat. It landed in her garden. You know, she won't give it me back.
I don't blame her, poor little thing.
Poor little thing? What are you talking about, poor little thing? She's built like the Incredible Hulk's mother.
Not her, the cat. It's that lovely little black and white one, isn't it?
That lovely little black and white one is using our sandpit for its unlovely business. I'm sick to death of it. I mean, every cat in the district collects round it first thing in the morning. It's like the wash house on a caravan site. They queue up for it.
Well, cats are very clean creatures.
Not in our sandpit, they're not. Oh, if you didn't have a concrete base, I'd have got rid of it when we first moved here.
Oh, I'm very glad you didn't. When Roger and Wendy bring the children round, it'll be ideal for them to play in.
What children?
Our grandchildren, of course.
We haven't got any, have we?
Not yet, but we will have eventually. They're just waiting a few years before starting a family.
And meanwhile, you expect to leave the sandpit where it is for the exclusive use of all the neighbourhood cats.
Well, at least it's being used for something.
I'd rather it wasn't being used for that. And by the time our grandchildren are old enough to play in it, there won't be any sand left. It'll be full of...
Terry.
Well, I wish I'd get rid of it before tomorrow. I mean, Malcolm made such a thing about his garden when we went round there. I wish I could show off mine.
Well, you can.
Only if the wind's in the right direction.
Can't be that bad.
Oh, have you been down there lately? I'm thinking of erecting a windsock to tell me when it's safe.
Isn't there something you can buy to keep the cats off?
Yeah, it's called dogs, and we're not having one.
No, I mean a cat repellent.
They're repellent enough as it is.
You sprinkle it round the area you want to keep cat-free.
I tried that. I bought some stuff that's supposed to make them sneeze.
What, didn't it work?
Oh, yeah. The trouble is these particular cats like sneezing. It's their equivalent of glue sniffing. They invite all their friends around for a social evening. Sniffing, sneezing, and going in the sandpit. I can't get a grip on this tin. Haven't you got one of those, you know...
One of what?
Works like that.
Teapot?
How am I supposed to open a can of beer with a teapot? It makes holes in the tin.
The teapot does?
No, the tin opener.
Well, I thought all tin openers made holes in tins.
Well, of course they do. Now
what?
I've trodden on a prawn. Oh, it's stuck to my foot. Look at that. Oh, dear.
Why don't you go and ask Mrs. Wilkie to give you back your boot?
I'd rather not bother, thank you. If she's going to be so childish as to withhold my welly, I refuse to demean myself by entering into negotiations about it.
Would you like me to go?
Or would you, love?
All right, then. Will you peel a few prawns while I've gone?
Oh, if I have to. Are you sure these things are dead?
Yes, just pull their heads and tails off and then remove the legs.
Well, there's not going to be much left after that. What do you do with the poor little devils after then?
Well, I mix them with chopped chili peppers and oil and a little lemon juice and then pound them into a smooth paste.
And you gave me a ticking off for throwing a welly at a cat? If Mrs. Wilkie finds out what you're doing to these prawns, you'll never come back alive.
I won't say anything if you won't.
Hang on. Here, I think I found a way of getting rid of those cats.
Are you going to throw prawns at them?
No, look, this advert. Build your own luxury pool in less than 24 hours. We could transform our sandpit into a pool and really impress Malcolm and Beatty when they come round.
It'll cost a fortune.
No. Oh, no. Complete cost at less than £11.35.
I still think it's an awful lot of trouble to go to just to impress Malcolm and Beatty.
Oh, you're not trying to impress anybody, are you? No, you're bashing hell out of those prawns for their own good, aren't you?
That's different.
Now, there's the cats to be considered. I mean, wouldn't you prefer one large pool to a lot of embarrassing puddles?
Well, I suppose an ornamental pool would be rather nice.
Oh, I've always fancied one myself. The tinkle of running water. The flash of gold as a fish darts under a water lily. The gentle plop of a frog. The mournful cry as a heron wades through the reeds.
You won't expect it to be declared a wildlife sanctuary. Not straight away, will you?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, it attracts half the animals in the district already, and it hasn't even got any water in.
I'll go and get you welly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little pool with a few water plants and a couple of fishes will really transform the bottom of the garden. It'll be a real little Shangri-La instead of a Moggy Loo. How much? Crikey! It's the contents of one small sandpit I'm moving, not the entire Gobi Desert.
Terry, I managed to get your welly back.
Oh, well done.
She is fanatical about animals, isn't she?
Did she put these things on?
Well, it certainly wasn't me.
Support your local RSPCA. Stamp out fox hunting. Barbara Woodhouse rules OK. I told she was a loony.
Who was that on the phone?
I was trying to get somebody to move the sand. The local scrap merchant will move it today, but he wants to know how much it weighs to give me an estimate.
Did you tell him?
Well, I don't know, do I? And I'm not going to sit out there ladling it into your kitchen scales. I mean, it's not all sand, is it? I mean, there's bits of shingle and... Lord knows what, isn't it?
Well, can't we work it out? You know, like one of those problems we used to do at school. If one man takes 3 days to build a wall, how long will 2.5 men take to build the same wall?
I could never take those things seriously.
It's just an exercise in logic.
Well, what's logical about it? I mean, the wall's built, isn't it? What are these 2.5 men wasting their time for? Building it again. And this half bloke, what use is he? Hopping about the building site, getting under everybody's feet.
It's quite simple, really, if you know the size of the sandpit. You multiply the length, breadth and depth together, convert that into gallons, multiply by 8, and then you multiply that by the weight of a pint of sand, and there's your answer.
Hang on. I think I've worked it out.
That was quick.
1 day, 4 hours and 48 minutes.
What is?
Well, it'll take 2.5 men, 1 day, 4 hours and 48 minutes to build a wall.
I'm talking about the sandpit.
You said a wall.
No, we're trying to find the weight of the sand in the sandpit.
Well, give me one problem at a time, dear, please.
Sorry. Why don't you go and measure the sandpit and we'll work it out after lunch?
I don't know, I've been having second thoughts, really. I mean, it's halfway through Saturday and we haven't got anybody to shift the sand yet, have we?
Well, shall we forget about this article, then?
Yeah, might as well. After all, the main problem was the cats, and I put a net over the sandpit, so that should keep the cats away.
Lunch will be ready in about half an hour.
OK. Don't throw that newspaper away. The cats are back.
I thought you'd covered the sandpit.
I have. They're now using the flower beds. Get off! Get off!
Here we are.
This isn't right. Can't be.
How much does the sand weigh?
Well, it seems an awful lot for one little sand pit.
What do you make it?
86 tons.
86 tons?
It's a lot, isn't it?
It's the weight of a small slag heap. And would you like me to work it out?
I'm managing perfectly well, thank you.
Oh, yes, and getting answers like 86 tons.
Well, I mean, if there is a mistake, it's liable to be in your calculations as well as anyone else. I mean, according to you, there are 70 gallons of sand in that sandpit. Now, I find that very hard to believe. I mean, our car's 3 times that size, and that only holds 10.
I'll work it out separately.
Look, June, I'm managing perfectly well on my own, thank you. Just tell me what to do.
Well, You multiply 70 gallons by 8, and that gives you the number of pints. Then you multiply that by the weight of a bottle of sand.
Now, that was 1 pound, 8.5 ounces.
No. You're forgetting to take away the 6 ounces.
What 6 ounces?
That's the weight of the bottle.
What bottle?
The empty milk bottle.
Well, how did it come to be empty? It was full of sand half a minute ago.
It still is.
Well, make your mind up, girl.
I wonder if it'd be easier in kilograms.
Look, we are managing perfectly well in pounds and ounces, thank you.
Well, it's just that if you're using a calculator, you've got to convert 1 pound 8.5 ounces into 24.5 ounces to find a common denominator, and then you've got to reconvert it back into pounds when you've completed that calculation.
Well, I know that.
I think it would be easier in kilograms.
Look, we are not using kilograms in this house. I mean, the metric system is just a scheme for putting less cornflakes in your packet and making out you've got more. Totally inhuman.
Inhuman, oh, Terry.
No, June, that is an inch, and that is a foot. And the average span of an Englishman's step is 1 yard. We may have given up the empire, but I'm hanging on to the imperial measure. When I'm laid in my grave, I want to be 6 British feet under, and not 2 froggy metres.
Land of hope and glory.
June, if you intend to work out the way to that sand, we have no time to fool around.
Oh, what?
And you've let me let that coffee get cold?
As a matter of fact, while you were running for Parliament, I did work it out. The sand weighs 5.7 hundredweight.
Well, that's nearly 600 weight. Seems an awful lot.
Not as much as your first answer. 86 tons.
Yes, but I want to be sure before I phone the scrap merchant.
All right, I'll check.
And when he comes to collect it, we can go down to that new garden centre that's open. It's got lots of special offers and super bargains, all advertised here.
Bargains?
Yeah, some of them are super savers.
I think you better leave your credit cards at home.
Now, what does that mean?
Well, whenever you've got them in your pocket, you only have to see a sale and you turn into an oil sheik.
What?
Well, buying on impulse without registering the cost or anything else.
I am not an impulse buyer. I'm a discriminating bargain hunter.
And what about the time when you went out to get a packet of paper clips and came back with a word processor?
I did not come back with a word processor. I came back with an offer of a 3 weeks trial of a word processor. And only because the salesperson was very persuasive.
Yes, I know. I saw her when I went back to cancel it.
Have you checked that sum yet?
Yep, just about the same as last time, just under 600 weight.
Good. I'll phone Bleecker, and then I shall get an estimate.
Why can't we go to our usual garden centre?
No, one should always support new local enterprises. Besides, our usual garden centre doesn't accept credit cards.
Oh.
Bleecker, I have calculated exactly the weight of the sand, as you asked me, and I'd like to ask you how much it's going to cost to shift,
5.7 hundredweight.
5.7 hundredweight. Huh? Oh, crikey.
What's the matter?
He says, what is that in kilograms?
Now, remember what you promised, Terry. You'll only ask for what's absolutely essential to make a pool in the garden.
I know what that is already.
What?
Water. It looks as if we're going to get plenty of that. Come on, let's make a dash for it. Come on.
Well, what a downpour. If this keeps up, you won't need to build a pond, and our could be more appropriate.
Oh, look at that. 19.95 for a barbecue. Now, that is reasonable, isn't it?
Uh-oh, here we go. Terry, you hate barbecues.
Yeah, but 19.95, I mean, that's really cheap, and all these tools are thrown in.
You remember the last time you tried a barbecue? You swore.
Swore what?
You just swore. And swore and swore. I've never seen you so angry.
Ah, but that was because I didn't have the right equipment.
Well, Malcolm has all the right equipment, and he doesn't do any better.
No, but he's a rotten cook. Remember him going around with that big pile of burnt sausages saying, come on, eat up, charcoal's good for you.
You burn everything as well.
Only on the outside.
Yes, and on the inside, it's raw.
Not raw. rare.
Well, I fail to see the attraction of a barbecue. I mean, they just fill the garden with smoke and blind everyone.
Well, that's half the fun, isn't it?
We don't need a barbecue.
Yeah, but 1995.
No, Terry.
I wonder if the chef's hat goes with it.
Ah, now listen to that. The gods are angry with man for inventing the credit card. Now be warned.
I'm only looking... Oh, $26.75 for a croquet set. Now, that is a bargain.
I wouldn't know. I don't go round pricing croquet sets.
Oh, and good solid mallets, too.
It is only a bargain if you wanted a croquet set in the first place.
Well, as a matter of fact, I've always thought of taking it up.
Do you know anything about it?
Of course I do. Prince Charles plays it all the time.
That's polo. There's a big difference between that and croquet.
Well, of course, there's a big difference. Got a leg in each corner. It's called a horse. In the hands of an expert, this is a really vicious game. Oh, okay. Tell you what.
What you doing here? This section's not open to the public yet,
Oh, sorry, we didn't realise.
and that's a display item. You've got no business being in here unattended handling display items.
Well, how are we to know?
There's a notice on the other side of this door which plainly states this section is not open to the public.
Ah, we didn't come through that door.
You didn't come through that one, did you?
Well, we didn't drop through the roof.
That is an exit only. It says quite plainly, exit only.
Yeah, but only on this side.
On the outside, it doesn't say anything.
That's because it's not open to the public. When it is, it'll say no entry.
Well, we're customers, not clairvoyants. I mean, how are we supposed to know what it's going to say?
You should have seen it said exit only when you come in. Then you'd known you'd come in and exit only and you could have gone out again.
Yes, well, we're sorry, but it was raining and it was the nearest entrance.
That is not an entrance. For the last time, that is an exit only.
Yeah. And for the last time, we're very sorry.
The only entrance is on the other side of the building. And we've got a woman there handing out lucky tickets and balloons. You've missed out on that now.
Oh, dear, what a shame.
Yeah, well, just don't expect a balloon on your way out, that's all.
Oh, no, we won't.
We've had a lot of trouble with vandals, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it.
Yeah, coming here, mucking things about.
They always wear them like that. Keeps the smoke out of their eyes.
Oh, so, what is it you wanted?
Oh, we want to make a pool.
Right?
In the garden, of course.
Oh, well, in that case, you want this. Virtually indestructible and a snip at £56.
56 quid?
It is solid fiberglass.
Well, it needs to be made of solid gold for that money.
We've already got a concrete base laid down.
Oh, well, in that case, you want this kit here. Reinforced PVC liner, moulded bricks for the edging, plus water pump and adjustable fountain. £46.
46?
Normal price, £68.
68?
That's a saving of £22.
£22?
That's one of our bargain offers.
Well, it really is a bargain, isn't it?
Terry, you've got that gleam in your eye again.
But if we bought this kit, we'd save £22.
No, we wouldn't. We'd be spending £46.
And what is 22 from 46?
24.
Precisely. I think that proves my point.
What point?
The complexities of finance are a mystery to the female mind, aren't they?
Would you ask your financial advisor if they happen to sell the PVC liners separately? Because according to the article, it's all we really need.
I'll make some inquiries. Not all the stock's out yet. Don't go away.
No. Wouldn't dream of moving.
The whole pool was going to cost less than £12, and now you're thinking of spending nearly 50.
But I know, but it's still a bargain. And this fountain would really make it.
That pathetic little dribble of water? It's hardly worth having.
Well, I mean, you know, it's adjustable, remember? Look. Yeah.
I can't see any difference.
No, it's stiff.
Yeah, it's obviously full on.
No, it's not full on. It just needs a bit of encouragement. Ah!
Oh,
Whoa!
Turn it down, turn it down.
The thing's come
Oh,
off.
put the thing back on again.
It won't go.
You're soaking the place, for heaven's sake. Turn it on somewhere. Do something.
How about that? There we are.
Stick your finger in it. I'll find
feel like the little Dutch boy.
I found it.
Ah. Good. Now I've got to do is get this off my finger.
Now then, what's the size of your pool?
70 milk bottles.
Eh?
Sorry, 70 gallons.
Now, the PVC liners start at 2 by 3 metres for £22.95.
Meters again.
Nearly £23 for a sheet of plastic.
Well, it is specially reinforced for an extra strong pool.
Oh, we don't want an extra strong pool. We're not going to wrestle alligators in it. The only reason we want it is to get rid of some cats.
Why don't you save your money and dump them in the canal?
Not like that.
Hello. What's this thing?
What's what then?
This puddle.
Puddle?
The place is flooding.
Oh, well, maybe the roof is leaking.
Oh, no, don't say that. The building's only been up a fortnight. Oh, I better go and check it.
Modern building is so shoddy, isn't it? Oh, dear. Thank you. I'll put it up so you know.
Would you mind inspecting the roof for me, please, sir? I've got no head for heights.
Good Lord, yes, all right.
Thank you. That's very kind of you, sir. I'm sorry I was a bit sharp with you before, but this opening's been a catalogue of accidents. I mean, people fiddling about with things they oughtn't to, you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm afraid I do.
You'll be glad to hear the roof isn't leaking.
Oh, no.
You mean you're not glad?
Did you switch off that fountain?
There was a reason.
What did I tell you about fiddling with things?
Whatever you do, don't fiddle with that. Do you accept credit cards?
Nice timing, Mr. Medford. Perhaps you'd like to settle up now. Cleared up nice again, isn't it?
Yes.
Just a moment. This is £23.
That includes VAT.
Yeah, but you quoted me £15 over the phone.
Ah, yes, sir, but that was before it rained.
We're not responsible for the weather.
I know, madam, but it makes the sand heavier, you see. It's all that moisture.
Well, I'm sorry. I never mentioned anything about shifting moisture. All I'm paying for is the sand.
I see your point, sir.
Good.
Cyril, dump it out again.
Hang on a minute. What are you doing?
No, it's all right, sir. Don't worry. We'll come back and pick it up when it's dried out. Of course, you'll still have to pay us for the extra trip.
All right. I'll pay £23. But as a favour, would you and your pal mind moving the statue from the back of the car round to the garden?
Certainly, sir. Over here, Cyril.
£23.
Oh, but don't forget, that does include VAT and moisture.
Do you realise this statue's broken?
If it wasn't broken, we wouldn't have had to buy it. I must remember to make this pool deep enough
Deep enough for what?
to drown myself when I get my next bank statement.
Poor darling.
Poor is right. But I've got to go through with it now I've started. You do understand, don't you, June?
Oh, yes, Terry. You drive me mad sometimes, but I do understand.
I mean, just think how impressed Malcolm and Beatty will be when they arrive tomorrow and see a fully stocked ornamental pool that I have created with my bare hands in less than 24 hours.
If you really want to impress them, show them the bill. £23 for this, 36 for the statue, 22 for the liner, and £6.50 for assorted water plants. So far, your £12 pool has cost us £87.50.
Ah, you're forgetting the most important purchase of all.
What?
50p for the goldfish.
How's it going?
Oh, nearly full. Well, I trimmed the liner and tucked the edges under the turf.
It's really going to look very nice. And actually, I rather like the statue in bits like that.
Well, she's not the first woman to go to pieces over me.
What are you going to do now?
Oh, put it in the soil so that the plants can take root.
Is peat the right soil to use?
Well, I always associate peat with damp and ponds, don't you?
Never really thought about it.
Yeah, well, go and turn the water off and I'll dump it in. Jude,
Yes?
I've just remembered something.
What?
It's not ponds I associate peat with.
Isn't it?
No, it's bogs. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh. Oh, dear. Ah. Ah.
Are you all right?
I'm finished.
Oh, no, you're not. You're good for another 10 years, yes?
The pool.
The pool. Oh, well done, darling. You must feel marvellous.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, the sense of accomplishment.
Oh, accomplishment, yeah. Oh, dear.
Oh, poor darling. Is it very sore?
What's all that bending down? I brought your sieve back, by the way.
Oh, that's where it got to. What did you use it for?
Well, I had to scoop the peat out of the pool before the goldfish choked.
You got the goldfish in already?
Yeah, everything's in. Water plants, couple of fish. Oh, I don't know what Malcolm and Beatty are going to say when they see it, but it impresses the hell out of me.
Terry?
Yeah?
While you were out, Beatty phoned.
What do you want?
They're not coming.
What?
Yes, you see, Malcolm got caught in that storm, and Beatty thinks he's coming down with a chill.
A chill? A measly, tiddly little chill? I mean, did you tell them we nearly bankrupted ourselves building that stupid pond?
No, of course not.
What about you working your fingers to the bone shredding shrimps?
Prawns, actually.
Well,
They're bigger than shrimps.
That entails more work, doesn't it? And me.
Yes, I know. You've hurt your back.
Yes, I have. Yeah. Oh, nearly crippled myself doing that blooming thing out there.
I told them you'd be disappointed.
Disappointed? I'm furious. What is friendship coming to? You flunk your guts out trying to impress people and they refuse to turn up and appreciate it.
I promised to appreciate it enough for both of them. I know I'm going to absolutely rave about it.
Will you?
Yes. You'll be in a filthy mood all evening if I don't.
Yeah.
Come on, Percy Thrower, on your feet. Show me your masterpiece.
Well, at least we've got rid of that sandpit and those cats. I don't believe it. Get after the goldfish. Get out of it! Get out! Get out of here, you miserable monkeys! Oh, shut up. I think they've got him. Oh!
You all right? Well, at least you didn't hang on to your boot this time, but there is another sticker on it. What does it say?
Save the whale.